nervous, bro. Please be kind to me. Dude, you're chilling, man. Have I ever roasted anyone I coached? Only one person, and that's because they were my friend. And I roasted them hard. Okay, they deserved it. My name's Jollz. I'm a Radiant player. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you're interested in coaching yourself or want a chance to win free coaching, be sure to watch the end of the video for details. Other than that, enjoy the video. Oh, cool. Number one mistake, we have 600 credits left. First round, you should always buy max, whatever you can. You always want to make sure you spent all of your credits on first round, okay? Very important that you do that. Whether you go with armor, snake bites, orb, whatever you want to do, but we should be spending all of our money, yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like, okay, why is pistol round so important? Pistol round is so important because if you win this round, the next round you're going to buy up, and it's a good chance you win that one too. So basically, it's guaranteeing you 2 rounds. Okay, look at our crosshair placement when we're traversing the map. You see what I mean? Look at our crosshair. It gets even worse here or even here. So what we want to be doing is always making sure that our crosshair is like head level, especially like the angle that we're exposed to. So in this sense, our crosshair should be here because that's where they're going to appear on our screen, right? So if it's here, if they appear here, we have to flick. The idea is like we want to move our crosshair as little as possible for where they can be. If you ever want... Ooh! If we win pistol, you always force up. As a good rule of thumb, if you win pistol round, buy full armor specter. Cannot go wrong with that. And then util. Your aim is actually good. I'm surprised you're bronze. Usually bronze is an aim related thing. I do think it's a big crosshair placement issue, but your raw aim is actually good. Yeah, so what we want to be doing here is jump spotting, not really jiggle peeking. I mean, we can, but jump spotting is a lot better. Okay. Is that a Vandal? Oh, shit. A little upgrade. Okay, good trade. So, we are doing this little crouch moving while we're shooting, but, I mean, we got some kills, so it's good. We're aiming too close to the wall. So, this crosshair placement is too close to the wall. Why? Because we do not have robot reaction times. We're not going to be able to hit the shot, I promise you. The only way we hit the shot is if they decide to shallow peek, right? Like, not wide peek, which is very unlikely. They would have to, like, perfectly peek you backside here. So, we should be holding a little bit wider than the wall. Okay, we're moving and shooting a bit too much. When you're bursting and strafing, like, you should be standing still and then shoot. Highly recommend going into the practice range and turning on your shooting air graph. Okay? With that graph, it'll show you when you're inaccurate and when you're accurate. Alright, we push him. Oh, he's running. Okay, so the idea here, when our teammate is defusing, if they are defusing, we need to defend them, right? We should be defending them. I would assume that it was like some panic here, though, so that's why. I know you mentioned that you panic a lot. Also, he running and gunned you. All good, though. Okay, here's a prime example of this mistake. Look at this. Look how close we are. Are we going to hit the shot? Absolutely not. So this is literally what I just mentioned. This is the exact reason why we can't hold it too close to the wall. Hey, peaks aren't... Ooh, that... Peaks and crosshair placement here are not bad. I think it's just our consistency with it. Movement also, not the best. Okay, we need to start moving up here. I feel like we're a little confused, right? Like where they can and can't be. I think we're being a little bit too paranoid. We don't have time for this. You see what I mean? It's a 1v3. We gotta just go. You have to understand that like there's a good chance you're not gonna win the round, right? It's not in your favor to win a 1v3. So that should like relieve a lot of stress. At least it does for me. When I'm in a 1v3, I'm like, I'm not supposed to win this. So we've been on we have our ult here. What I would highly recommend, usually on Viper, when you have your ult on defensive side, you actually almost always want to pop it preemptively. Not ever really reactively until you're higher elo. Once you're in higher elo, that's when you can start to determine whether you should be popping your ult or not. But as a good rule of thumb, defensive side, you want to pop it early and usually in a choke. So I probably would do it on like B or something, or you could do it on A so it covers long and short. So that works too, right? Okay. So one thing to do with your mollies, what makes Viper mollies so good? It's the fact that they get vulnerable if they run through it. And when they're vulnerable, you want to take that gunfight. So by running away after you molly, you don't get to take that advantage of the vulnerability because they get to run through for free. You don't get to punish them for it. So when you throw your mollies, you usually want to hold for the mollies, hold for the pushes. And if they fight on the molly to try and fight you, they're going to get cooked in that thing, right? Okay, we are clearing our corners at least. It's good. All right. So wall free take. Okay, we kind of just YOLO that thing. The idea behind your utility, you want to cut off the choke points. So what do I mean by choke points, right? Choke points are basically like areas on the map. They have to funnel in, okay? And this would be one of them. If you throw a wall that's way wider, like way out here, they're already out, and it's way harder to control. But when they have to funnel into an area, that's basically a choke point. So when they have to funnel out of short here or funnel out of long here, right here, this little narrow hallway, that's a choke point, okay? So again, this wall, not the best, right? It's not getting any choke point. Maybe B, but that is still too wide. Be a little bit more precise with your walls. Be a little bit more like, look at the mini map before you throw it, right? Oh, this wall is better. This wall is good. You should throw this regularly on defense, by the way. You want to be using your wall here so you can avoid this fight, so then you can get into sight first. Basically, like when you want to take space, you don't want them to peek you while you're doing that. Unfortunately, you got spammed, but look at this. This gap, you should never have this gap. Your ult should get deep into the choke point, right? You want this to be covered. Because, okay, if you're in your ults, they can easily walk up here for free, right? You want to cover this. Oh, we're exposed from C-Link here. Be very careful the angles that we're exposed to when we're looking somewhere else. It's a big mistake that we're doing a lot. We're doing the thing again. We got to make sure we're standing still. So our biggest issue is running and gunning when we're bursting, you know? Nice. Nice. Okay, we're moving our mouse a little bit. What do we... You see what I mean? Like, you see how we're looking to the left or the right? We just got to hold here. We just gotta hold here. Be a little patient. Either we play for the spike or we hold here. I probably would have played the spike, so I would have went back towards C long. I mean, we could even play with our teammate here in garage, but yeah. We got our ults. We get in a sight. We pop our ults. Big moves here. Oh, we gotta get the bomb. I would have ulted. I would have ulted here. If we're gonna win this round, it's with our ult. Nice try. All right, be careful with this. I would learn a lineup for the orb. It's a lot easier. This is hard to do. It's hard to land a molly like this. I'm not gonna lie. So it's not an easy one to land. That's why it's better to learn the lineup. Okay, I like the ult. Okay, yeah, I like the ult. Good ult. Yes, good. So ideally here, you just want to stay alive. Oh, I mean, they don't have time, so I don't mind the play. Yeah, good. Finish it off with a knife. Okay. So let's get into it. So what did you do well in the session? Okay. I actually think that your raw aim is good. Okay. With your flicks, sometimes the way that you're peeking corners too is pretty good. Especially when you go slow. I think our biggest issue is a little bit of our decision making. Consistent gun control is a big issue, right? Even though we have that raw aim, we are still moving and shooting, so it doesn't matter if we're aiming on their head. If we're moving and shooting, our bullets aren't going there, right? So what should we spend practicing for the next session? Okay, so what I highly recommend, go into the practice range. There's a setting in your video settings stats page. You scroll down. I think it's called firing error, something like that. Turn that graph on and start practicing on the range with bursting and strafing. You're gonna see like the bar highlight, I think orange or something like that when you're accurate, and well, you can see the colors and the differences when you're accurate versus inaccurate. Another thing is crosshair placement. This was a big issue. This was a very big issue that you should always be head level, ready for peeking the corners. Good way of practicing that is going to death matches and really focusing on headshot. All right. Good stuff. If you're interested in coaching yourself, click the link in the description, click the book a lesson button, and select your plan and time. So if you want to win free coaching, be sure to comment down below your Discord name without the hashtag and what you learned from the video. I'll be picking out a person randomly.